Meegan, you are now my all-time favorite expert here at Weekend Workbench. You brought wine for us today.
Yeah, we're bringing the party today. We're gonna make a simple shelf wine rack. We're gonna pick out another piece of reclaimed wood and we're gonna make wine rack out of it. So essentially what's gonna happen, you drill diagonal holes and it will hold your bottle of wine like this.
To get the party started, we grab our supplies. You'll need a piece of wood, some polyway, a paintbrush and tray, a tape measure, a palm sander, a rag, a clamp, and safety gear, plus a drill press. We're using the one at the Rebuilding Exchange, but you can find one at your local hardware store for just over $100. And finally, you'll need shelf brackets or pipe fittings to hang your new wine rack. Now tell me the first step is cracking open a bottle of this Cabernet.
I wish, but you don't want to mix wine and power tools.
Yes, you do not want to do that. Do not do that at home. Okay, I guess we'll keep the wine cork for now. To get started, Meegan brings me over to a new-to-me tool, the drill press.
This is gonna give us the ability to drill nice, straight, even holes. If you had a hand drill, you would never know if you had the consistent hole in each one. So this is really gonna help us out a lot.
Meegan clamps the board and sets the angle on the drill press. We safety gear up, and the pro shows me how it's done. Now it's my turn to drill. Meegan tells me to keep a 6-inch gap between the two holes to make sure the wine bottles won't hit each other. This step definitely tests my patience. You need to go slow so you don't scratch the edges of the hole with the drill.
How's it look?
Looks good to me. Why don't we take it back to the workshop and finish up the project?
All right.
Our holes are all drilled. What is the next step of this project?
So the next step, we're gonna hit it with the palm sander.
Once our wood is nice and smooth, we use a rag to get rid of any dust.
So why don't you give this a nice light coat of the polyway. The great thing about this is it's low VOC and it's also food grade. So you're putting wine glasses and wine bottles on here and you don't have to worry about any toxic chemicals and it doesn't stink when you're using it in the house. Since you're probably going to see the underneath of this shelf, we're gonna want to do one side, let it dry fully, and then do the other side so that you can see it from all angles.
We let it dry for 40 minutes. Then we give it another light sanding and a final coat of polyway. So our polyway is dry. This thing's looking really cool. We're almost ready to entertain.
Yeah, let's see what it looks like.
All right, let's try this. I'm surprised we still have any wine left.
I'm getting thirsty watching this happen.
This is not only a creative episode, it's a willpower episode. Yeah, that's gonna look really cool.
Yeah, and then there's still room for 2 glasses on the end.
Now all we have to do is mount it. Why don't you tell me how we could do that?
So there's a couple options, again, depending on budget. If you wanted to do something simple like these little metal brackets here, they're about $1.50 each, so you could probably even do this whole project for around $5 if you use these. If you want to move up and get into the $10 to $20 range, you can again do the pipe fitting and you can just go underneath and then put a cap on the end and it'll hold it there.
You won't be whining about money with this rack. It costs under 20 bucks if you can borrow a drill press and takes less than 2 hours to make. Plus, it's a great way to impress your guests. All right, Meegan, thank you so much. Now I think it's time you and I open a bottle of wine.
Bottoms up.